Sometimes the best sound in the world is quiet. Sound of the wind, of the birds, of the stillness. And it feels like quiet is really hard to find today. There is so much noise. There are people everywhere, problems everywhere, noises everywhere, even online. There are so many people telling you what to do, and so many people telling you how to live life, how to be successful, how to have peace, how to really do this life right. Everybody has their own thought and their own opinion on who you should be and what you should do and why. And there's noise inside of us too. All these thoughts and worries and fears that we're not good enough, that we're not doing enough, that we're failing somehow at life. And it's just so loud. We're loud with our actions, constantly moving and rushing and doing things, trying to achieve things, trying to be things. And then there's the noise. It's mindless. The constant scrolling on social media, the constant reading of articles. There's just so much. And have you noticed that because we've been accustomed to so much noise around us, many people are uncomfortable with silence? And we wonder, why can't I hear God? Well, did God ever stop talking? Is he unwilling to speak? Is he unable to speak? No. But what are we bathing ourselves in every day? Noise, distraction. We are bombarding ourselves, willfully and unwillfully being bombarded with noise, with people and opinions and thoughts and worries and fears. That's not the way it has to be. And maybe the reason why we cannot hear the voice of God is because we're not bored enough. We have too many distractions, too many options, too many voices, too many things, that when you get a quiet moment, how do you fill it? Or do you fill it? Do you put on a podcast? Do you listen to music? Do you watch a video? Do you read an article? Do you text somebody? Do you call somebody? Do you start frantically running around and cleaning things or finding something to do because you can't sit still, because you can't be still? Maybe the answer is not more books about spirituality. Maybe the answer is not watching more videos, though I'm grateful you're here. I'm going to let the snow machine go past here. But maybe there's not more things we need to do. Maybe we just need to do nothing. Just sit down. I don't care if there's a pile of dishes. I don't care if you have deadlines and stressors and all these things. Everybody does. And if you use that excuse, you will do things until the moment you die. You will never stop. Sit down. Let everything fall away. Stop speaking. Stop scrolling. Stop striving. And let seconds pass. Let minutes pass. And just be quiet. Let yourself be bored. You know, one of the best things you can do for kids is let them be bored. Because that's when creativity happens and imagination. Well, that doesn't just change when you grow up. It's good for us to be bored too. Just sit and look at the wall and be bored. And be quiet. And watch as God starts to come back into the picture. Now, God can speak to you when you are doing anything, at any time, anywhere. But do we always notice it? Are we attuned to the voice of God? Well, I would say most are not. We're too busy. But the more we practice doing nothing and allowing ourselves to be quiet, to be bored, then His voice will become more clear. Maybe there's a reason why we're surrounded by such noise. Because who wants us to not hear from God? Who wants us to be distracted? The enemy. And so as time has progressed, and the age is getting closer to its end, things have gotten faster and louder, more confusing, deceptive, urgent. Have you ever noticed that? How everything feels urgent, even when it's not. Someone sends a text, "Ooh, I have to respond right away." Something needs cleaned up in the house. "Oh, I should do that right now. Can't sit down, can't take a break, can't stop." But have you ever just sat down, stared out a window? I mean, sure, humans are rushing around. We are being crazy people trying to do all of these things. But have you ever looked outside? Actually stop. Is anything moving? Is anything rushing? Take a look. No. It's dead quiet. Because God does not say, rush, move, strive, do, become. He says, be still. Do not fear. Do not worry. Trust and obey. Love, forgive, rest. Oh. So, we don't have to do all of these things? Well, some things we have to do. But everything is not urgent. The birds are not in a rush. I don't know if you've noticed that. They do fly kind of fast and they flitter around and they move quickly because they're small. But are they in a rush? Are the trees in a rush to grow? No. Is the wind in a rush? Yes, it rushes past you, but is it in a hurry? Probably not. Sometimes it moves slow, and sometimes it moves fast, and sometimes it doesn't move at all. It does what God tells it to do. Is the sun in a hurry? Does it say, oh, gotta hurry up and get up and light up the world? Ah. No. It does what God tells it to do. Wonder what we should do. How are we going to know what God tells us to do? Well, we have the Bible, which, praise God, is His Word. And we can read that and receive instruction and wisdom and correction and all the good things that come with reading the Bible. But how else can we hear God? We need to be bored. We need to be quiet. We need to be still. Turn the TV off. Turn your phone off. Or at least put it in another room. Close your eyes. You know, most of the rushing, most of the problems, most of the tasks we feel we must do are because we see all these things and we get distracted. We look around and say, oh, the house is a mess. Oh, those stack of papers need to be put away. I gotta do this. I have to do that. I have to. This urgency. I mean, think about Jesus. Was he ever in a rush? Did he ever, run anywhere? Was he ever oh, we don't have time. We gotta hurry, we gotta go. Disciples, we gotta go do these things and heal these people. And we gotta make this appointment. Did he do that? I mean, look, you can look through scripture. He does not do that. Even to the point where urgency is impressed upon him and someone asks for him to heal his daughter who is going to die, you would think. Now, in our earthly minds, we would think, oh my gosh, we gotta go right now, get the ambulance, woo, start going 1,000 miles an hour and get there. Because we're running out of time, but God is outside of time. How can you rush when you're outside of time? Now, God did on earth, as Jesus, have a set amount of years. And his time eventually did come, and he was crucified. But he did what his Father told him to do. And so, let me get back to my story. So this girl is going to die, right? So he has to go and help her, heal her. And in the midst of that, a woman that had an issue of blood, I don't know exactly what it was, but some sort of issue, most likely a feminine issue, and nobody could heal her. And she pushes through the crowd and thinks, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I'll be healed. Just touch the hem of his garment. And she'll be healed. And so this happens. She touches the hem of his garment and is healed. And he stops and speaks with her. And within that time, within that small delay, we find out that the daughter has died. If only Jesus had been fast enough. If only he had rushed. If only he had taken it more seriously, right? If only this woman hadn't had an issue and come to him with it. People get in the way sometimes, don't they? What we're trying to do. But no, Jesus is not worried. And they say, don't even bother the teacher, she's dead. It's not. She died. A messenger came in the midst of all of this, or a servant, to tell them that she had died, and it was too late. What does Jesus do? Even then, does he rush? Does he worry? Does he fear? No. He continues on. Goes to the home where the daughter was. And she has died. He goes into her room. Tells her to wake up. And she wakes up. And there was not one moment where Jesus was worried or rushing. I mean, what is a more urgent thing than someone is going to die? But still, he did not rush. He walked. He took his time. Because he trusted that with the time God gave him on this earth, there would be enough to do what God called him to do. If he did what his Father said, he would not miss anything. He would not be late. He would be in perfect timing as he listens to God. Now, I'm not saying that Jesus sat around and did nothing and was just bored and that's how he heard from God. The world Jesus lived in was much different than the world today. But even so, each morning, what did he do? He got away from any noise or distraction that was present to be alone with God in the quiet, outside, in nature. That is what Jesus did for his quiet time. He went outside early in the morning. Start writing this down. To be alone with God. Can we do the same? And you might say, oh, it's cold outside. I'm not saying you have to go outside right now. And you don't have to stare at a wall. But you do need to be still. And you do need to be more quiet. Speaking to myself here. Let the tasks and the duties fall. Just don't worry about them. They will get done. Be quiet with your Father. Learn to be comfortable with stillness. Because what is the voice of God? A fast, loud voice? No. It is a still, small voice. How do you hear something that is still? Well, most likely you're going to need to become still. How do you hear something that's small? Well, you have to be quiet. And that's also a good indicator of if what you're hearing is from God. Is it urgent? Is it rushing you? Is it making you afraid? Is it making you anxious? Is it making you feel like you're a horrible person? Is it condemning you? Or is it still and small and loving? Firm, but loving. It's hard. The world is so loud. Our minds are loud. But there is still hope. And God makes a way. You may be a very, very busy person living in a city with a very high-stress job and a lot of tasks and responsibilities put upon you. There is no excuse. God is outside of time, and I believe He can make time where there is no time. So if you ask Him to give you time to be with Him, to be quiet and to be still, He will give it to you. Now, He may not add an hour to your day, but He may give you pockets of time throughout your day and say, hey, now you have some time. You can be with me. You can be quiet. You can be still. Maybe you live an opposite sort of life. And you live somewhere like this, where the quickest thing moving is you. Even still, in the midst of the wilderness, life can get busy and hectic. And it can get loud. But remember that the little things we worry ourselves with are not urgent. Dishes are not an emergency. If it's snowing outside and you need to shovel, it's okay. Snow's not going anywhere. Take a minute. If there's all these outside chores that need done, in most of the world right now, it's more springtime. It's not still winter, but say it's springtime. I'm not sure what that's like. Here it's winter and then it turns into summer. One day you just turn around and it's summer. But say it's springtime and you have all this seed starting to do, or planting. Work outside, work inside, spring cleaning. You want to reset your life, reset your home. Well, that's fine. You can plan to do things. I'm not saying spend your days doing nothing, but I guarantee there are pockets of time when you can be still and quiet and listen for God and hear Him. Because God is not inaccessible. He is not hiding. He's right here. In the quiet. In the stillness. And in the boredom. No amount of noise will bring Him in. Will make Him speak. We just need to be quiet. And we'll find Him. I promise you. Because when we are still and quiet, we are entering in to His realm, to His dwelling place. He is in the stillness. He is in the quiet. in the part of us that is still and quiet in our hearts. And He's speaking to you now. Do you hear Him? Can you hear Him? Do you want to hear Him? Close your eyes and be still. Know that He is God.